Well, the high-voltage political drama in Tamil Nadu continues, and this has been a day of dramatic developments, of course, beginning with that conviction of Sasikala Natarajan coming in from the apex court. Meanwhile, of course, Sasikala went ahead and her camp of loyalists then elected Paliswami as the man who will stake claim to be the chief minister in Sasikala's absence. He is expected to meet Governor Vidyasagar Rao this evening at around 5:30, and he will be accompanied by Sengotian. Will the governor give a nod to Paliswami is of course the million-dollar question here. What will be the moves that O. Paneerselvam, the acting chief minister, will resort to? But Sasikala has propped up Paliswami, who has been a heavyweight in the past, who has been an MLA multiple times, who has served as cabinet minister in Jayalalitha's cabinet as well. He is in fact in a way going to act like Sasikala's O. Paneerselvam, and Paliswami is the new AIADMK boss technically. Joining me live is Pramod Madhav, Akshay Nath, Shalini Lobo, as well as consulting editor T.S. Sudhir. Sudhir, to you first. Looking at this court order today, the verdict today, while we are all talking about Sasikala's conviction, how does it augur for Amma's legacy really, which is something that Paneerselvam is trying to project?
Well, it's very ironic, Smita, that while the O. Paneerselvam camp and many of those who are opposed to Sasikala are exulting and feeling jubilant over the conviction order that was pronounced by the two-judge bench of the Supreme Court today. In effect, it's also a reflection on Jayalalitha herself, because remember, she was accused number one in the disproportionate assets case. In fact, Sasikala, Ilavarasi and Sudhakaran were seen as abettors in the case, and she was really the accused number one. So if Sasikala has been convicted today along with Ilavarasi and Sudhakaran, the same judgment would have also been pronounced for Jayalalitha. Of course, no one is really talking about it because after her death she was removed from the list of accused, but yes, it would have had a bearing on her future also if she were alive. So that is something which definitely needs to be thought over, and I'm sure the opposition parties in due course of time will definitely talk over it. In fact, one of the things that was spoken about is that Jayalalitha cannot be given the Bharat Ratna today. Bharat Ratna, that was a demand of the AIADMK leadership as well. The other thing which you spoke about, the Amma legacy. Now the Amma legacy is really torn apart between the Paneerselvam camp and the Sasikala camp, with different leaders really vying for being seen as inheritors to the Amma legacy. But what really is the Amma legacy? Is the Amma legacy a tale of corruption, as has been proven in this 21-year-old disproportionate assets case? Or is her legacy going to be the kind of welfare agenda that she propagated, which won her a second term in 2016? Of course, various ways of looking at the entire Amma legacy, but at this point in time, it's definitely a case where the AIADMK finds itself at the crossroads, and they really will have to find their way out of this absolute mess that they have landed themselves in.
Okay, so they do stay on with us because we're getting in some breaking news. Remember, after this court's conviction, Sasikala has to basically surrender herself to a Bengaluru court. But what we are learning from sources and breaking news that is coming in, that Sasikala's legal team is likely to move a petition in the apex court once again, seeking a revision of order. And they are seeking 4 weeks more time on health ground before Sasikala does surrender. Sasikala lawyers are likely to mention this tomorrow in the apex court. Akshay Nath is at the Golden Bay Resort, where Sasikala still is with her loyalist MLAs. So, how is it going to play out then today? What are the police forces saying? If Sasikala does not step out to surrender, will they be waiting and giving her that time, or will there be action that will be seen?
Well, Smita, what we're learning from the sources that we have here is that she might not be surrendering today. She has not got a signed document which is needed to actually take her out of this place and surrender. So what they're saying right now is that she will be inside the resort. The police officials are still staying. All of them are on standby mode. Everybody is in alert. All the media personnel are being channelized to one corner, and the entire premises is being guarded completely. And earlier today we had also seen that 4 people were taken under custody for suspicion that they are part of some goons who are trying to protect Sasikala. So the actions are being taken simultaneously, but we are also seeing that legal actions are being made. The legal team of Sasikala have approached the High Court also, is what we are being told right now, Smita.
Right, and let's cut across live to Shalini Lobo. Shalini, we are being told that Paliswami has already reached Raj Bhavan. Give us an update, please. It looks like, Shalini, we'll have to reconnect, but we are being told that Paliswami, along with his convoy, has reached Raj Bhavan. At the moment, we'll get in ground details from there. But on this piece of information that we just broke on India Today, that Sasikala is likely to not surrender today and perhaps seek at least 4 weeks of time from Supreme Court. Anusha Soni is on the phone line with us. Anusha, what does the legal procedure look like at this point in time? What are the options really before Sasikala?
So, Smita, a very important clarification here. These are some sources which are telling us that Sasikala's legal team is likely to move. She has yet not filed a formal application at the Supreme Court, but that's what she's likely to do. And it is on the very expected lines. Usually, after an adverse order like this, usually the people who are convicted seek some more time, especially if they are over a certain age and they cite health grounds reasons. What Sasikala is likely to do right now is that she will say that she is waiting for the certified copy of the order, copy of the judgment, which usually takes about a day for the convict to get a copy, which is a formal copy which you get from the Supreme Court registry. After she receives the copy, she'll have to file an application before the Supreme Court. She'll have to mention the matter before the Supreme Court bench. If the bench agrees, then she can get some more extension. But all of this will have to happen very quickly. And if not by today evening, in the next 1 hour, then this application is likely to be filed, formally with the Supreme Court by tomorrow morning.
Okay, but meanwhile, of course, her camp continues to stay claim to power. Those are visuals from Raj Bhavan that we are now streaming out. Paliswami has reached in there. Shalini, take us through what is happening there in Raj Bhavan.
Around 5-6 cars just entered filled with AIADMK cadres and Edapadi Paliswami here to meet the governor, talking about the course of action to file the signature petition of stating that he will be the chief minister candidate of the AIADMK. All of them, a huge amount of security forces deployed, and people in white of the AIADMK party were just screaming slogans there in favor of Chinnamma. The police had to go, forces deployed here to make sure nothing would happen. If they're starting to scream slogans again, but they've kept away from the governor's residence. Over here you have a large number of police forces which is just increasing. A large number of police force deployed to make sure no unforeseen event takes place here in the heart of Chennai. The governor, the meeting is going on inside right now, and with time passes, we'll know about the rumors that are flying around. He has the majority. Will he be sworn in as chief minister? While you have the BJP coming out and saying that since their MLAs were kept in captivity, this should not be recognized as legal. So you have so many hurdles here, but the ball is in the governor's court, and the governor is the person who will take this decision. He'll be the one who will see to how can we resolve the matter.
Okay, Pramod, Madhav, outside Raj Bhavan, we are seeing heavy security deployment, presence of policemen in very high numbers. What are the reports that you're picking up from the other parts of the city, or in terms of show of strength by cadres or supporters of all factions here, Pramod?
Well, Smita, I got to tell you that after what happened yesterday when Sasikala decided to come and stay with her loyal MLAs inside this Golden Bay resort, what happened is the police also made decision. They've decided to bring in more force inside, fearing some kind of riot might break as well, because there was a lot of possibility for her to get convicted, which became true. Right now, this is actual Poise Garden. This is not
the Golden Bay Resort, because how Poise Garden was untouchable when Jayalalitha was there. They have made it look this way right here. We definitely have a lot of police at this place as well. We have riot control police, we have IG Vardaraj and a lot of other top officials as well. Yet she is inside. And I also got to tell you, Edapadi Paliswami went with Jayakumar, Fisheries Minister, but her loyal General Sengotian is still with her inside. He is here, and until he is here, nobody can touch Sasikala. That is the situation over here. And as Akshay earlier mentioned, they need the copy as well. Maybe they are waiting for the copy for now, but apparently it's almost 5:15. Since 6 is the time we were expected that she should be here. And also one more point that was brought out about her filing a petition that she is like on health grounds. Well, to clear that doubt, we spoke to a couple of MLAs here. They clearly stated that her mental and physical condition is very sound, and she was talking to a lot of people, especially her legal wing, to find out what is the next step to be taken. We have it on tape. They have clearly stated her that she's doing fine, Smitha.
Yeah, at least that is what it looks to, to somebody who is just watching the affairs from a distance. But T.S. Sudhir, what do you see will be the biggest challenge here? Are the numbers really stacked with a Paliswami at the point in time? They're claiming 129 registers, or are your calculations different from what is being projected?
Well, I spoke to a senior bureaucrat before we connected, and he told me that the numbers are definitely stacked with Edapadi Paliswami at this point in time. So the Sasikala camp looking comfortable as far as the numbers are concerned. The point that the governor of Tamil Nadu will have to examine is, since this AIDMK legislature party meeting took place at the Golden Bay resorts, whether there was any element of coercion on all the signatories, all the MLAs who have signed on the proposal, on the resolution, whether there was any kind of pressure put on them to back Paliswami. That will have to be ascertained by the governor. How he does that, we really do not know. Whether he'll actually interview each MLA, should he do that? We do not know what will be the process he will use to examine that. But definitely, that is definitely going to be one of the concerns when the governor actually looks at the signatories to the letter which actually proposed Paliswami as the leader of the new legislature party. But things not looking good for Paneerselvam definitely, because his numbers have not gone beyond 13 and the numbers are over 100 in the opposite camp. So in that sense, Paneerselvam definitely losing the game of numbers.
Okay, and let me cut across live to Anusha Soni, who is now joining us from the newsroom. Anusha, what's happened in Supreme Court today? How strong, how possible are the legal options looking like? As Pramod Madhav was saying that Sasikala wanting to approach it on health grounds, but her health looks fine as far as people are concerned. How are we expecting things to play out here in court, really?
So, Smitha, let me break it down for you. Once she's convicted, she will have to get a certified copy of the order from the Supreme Court of India registry. What usually happens, the procedure here is that the convicts usually say that they have not surrendered because they have not got a certified copy of the order. She can very well come forward and say that, and usually it takes about a day for the convicts to receive a copy of the order. Once she receives the order copy, she's free in law to go ahead to the court and say that on health grounds, I need more time. The court will definitely ask her the question that what are the health grounds. There may even be a medical checkup that might be done on her to verify her claims. So these are all the things that in law she has a right to plead before the court. But as you pointed out, whether the court grants that request, whether she's actually suffering from a disease or a health problem, that's something that the court will have to decide. Okay. They will have to make a mentioning before the bench which has delivered the judgment today, and the bench will have to grant them explicitly this time. Unless this is done, she has to go ahead and surrender by tomorrow, unless she moves an application before the Supreme Court.
Okay, do stay on with us. So all of you, from Pramod, Akshaya, T.S. Sudhir to Anusha, we are slipping into a very quick break here, but clearly there is still no end in sight to this high voltage political drama that's been playing out in Tamil Nadu. The ball is still lying in the court of Governor Vidyasagar Rao, who is all slated to meet, the new man, Paliswami, this evening at around 5:30, which is a short while from now. You can see in those visuals Paliswami, who reached Governor's house a short while ago. His convoy going in amid a very high police deployment outside Raj Bhavan. Police forces in high numbers present there. There was a convoy of some 4 cars that went in there, but will he be able to prove his numbers, and will the governor allow him to stake claim are the big question. Shalini Lobo is outside Raj Bhavan. Akshaya Nath is outside Golden Bay Resort, where Sasikala Natarajan is still housed in, along with leaders like Sengotian. But Shalini, coming to you first in Raj Bhavan, what is the buzz like outside? Are there supporters of Sasikala also lining up outside? Is O Pannirselvam also looking forward to meeting the governor and trying to present his case once again?
Well, Pannirselvam did go to the Secretariat in the morning, and as long as the AIADMK cadres of the Sasikala camp are concerned, the cars just went in. Edapadi Paliswami was also in. They came to meet the governor, put forward their course of action, came to talk about what done regarding the camp, since they claim to have the majority of MLAs on their side in support of him. As far as the DMK workers coming out here, there was a lot of slogans in Chinnamma's name, and the police had to move them across the road and across to the other side. They were screaming out slogans, all in support of Sasikala, despite the fact that she was convicted. According to them, the conviction by the court seems to be a ploy by and the BJP is what they say. Indirect.
Okay, Shalini, there seems to be a technical glitch in your connection. We will try and reconnect and come back to you for more details. Akshaya and Pramod are also with there. Akshaya, is there any sense of agitation or sort of growing anxiety amidst the security forces who are still waiting outside to hear from Sasikala as to when will she be surrendering?
Well, Smita, we're getting an information that PK Sasikala will not be surrendering today because she has not got the signed certificate copy of the order, and that is one reason that is cited right now. We're seeing that top cops are coming and moving out of this premises, and yes, there's no sense of any uncertainty. Everybody knows what will be the end factor. We're seeing more and more AIADMK cadres coming here, many of them standing outside the gates, waiting eagerly to see what is going to be happening next, as well as there are other villagers also who are flocking to this premises. They also are very curious to know what is happening. Many of them earlier were raising anti-Sasikala slogans, and now we are seeing that a very calm situation is prevailing here. Everybody is still not knowing what will happen next, because we've seen Edapadi Paliswami has already gone to the governor, so the expectations are that they will be coming back with a positive answer because they have the number in hand, unlike the OPS camp. But right now, Sasikala and her team of MLAs are waiting inside the resort. His most trusted Lieutenant Sengotian is also along with her. So the next course of action is still awaited, and the people who have gathered here are looking at it very keenly, Smita.
And Pramod, as far as Deepa Jayakumar, Jayalalitha's niece, is concerned, we have seen her react to this verdict today. She's talking about, Sasikala, of course, conveniently forgetting the fact that this judgment is also a reflection on her own aunt's legacy. What is she up to now? What is her move going to be like?
Well, to tell you the fact, Deepa Jayakumar seriously hold a grudge against Sasikala and her family members, because initially on December 4th and December 5th, when she came over to see her aunt Jayalalitha at Apollo Hospital, she was not allowed. This is one point she's sticking to till now, and she states like this: if they were not doing anything wrong, why did they not allow her inside the hospital? And also earlier, about a week ago, when we spoke to her, when Sasikala was chosen as the party's general secretary, later as the legislative party leader, she said that if Sasikala tries to become the chief minister, it is equal to a military coup over a democracy. And she clearly stated that Mo Pannirselvam is not doing anything wrong. He is doing the chief minister's job in a decent way, and there is no need for Sasikala to enter the politics in such a way, because just like every other person in Tamil Nadu, a major faction believes Sasikala did not compete in any kind of election, not even a councillor's level. And then she also stated that Sasikala is, as per she always clearly states that she is only stating the people's view. That is one point. People's view is something she sticks to, and she stated that the people's view is that Sasikala is not the political heir of Jayalalitha. And now
Okay.
she also, on the other hand, clearly stated that she is not the political heir as well, but she would like to go ahead and continue the way Jayalalitha worked for the poor, and that is why she entered politics. And she has also given us one more hint that on 24th February, she will announce a major breakthrough in politics of Tamil Nadu as well, Smita.
Okay, we'll leave it there. Pramod, Madhav, Akshay Nath as well as Shalini Lohu, appreciate you joining us on the broadcast at this point in time. We'll continue to come back to you for more details, but it's time for a quick break now. Back soon. Do stay with us.